college tuitions are a waste of time, you know, too expensive for the output that people get after they graduate. Now, it depends on which country you come from. I know, tuition can be on the very expensive side, especially in the United States, where people are forced into loans and so on, and they compared to the amounts they've spent. And so they have to compete with, all kinds of people who are coming on all kinds of special visas, taking those jobs, I must say. So should you take that big fat loan only to be saddled with it, no job, commensurate to what you've studied? Again, my answer is yes and no. I mean, it depends on your passion. If you're passionate about something, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, all sorts of things like that. If that's been your dream profession, your passion, then I think you should follow it and do precisely what you want to do, because it's when you're younger that you're able to pursue those academic type passions. Handiwork type things you can always learn, I suppose, just at about any age, but those academic things, they are very, very hard to pursue down the track when you're much older, and a lot of mental engagement goes in there. I'm not saying there's no mental engagement in the handiwork type jobs. They're very important. They keep the economy going. They are always in need of people to employ. They pay very well, and in fact, some statistics have shown that they earn per capita a lot more than their colleagues, at the same level of entry to either college or to a vocational type training. So in some cases, yes, I believe that college education is too expensive, but in other cases, not. However, I still believe you should follow your passion. Whether or not the fees are expensive, if that's your dream, you will work out a way to get that degree, get that job, and pay back your debt, and hopefully be satisfied in the chosen job. Or if that's not your passion, then please do not take on that loan and be saddled with it forever, only to end up, I don't want to look down on any profession, but only to end up looking, how will I say, picking raspberries or whatever. Bless people who pick raspberries, but you know what I mean. So, you don't need to take a $100,000 loan just to end up picking raspberries, I don't think. So you have to weigh your situation individually, and that's just my take.